everyone, this is LuckySevenDX. Welcome back to Let's Play Mario & Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. In the last episode, we made our way through the Airway. We're hunting down the Dark Star who's apparently stealing Bowser's DNA. That's not cool. We need to stop him from doing that. So we're going to continue to make our way through the Airway in this episode. Some new mechanics, some new excitement, kind of a bit of a shorter episode, I suppose, but Airway is kind of a somewhat short area, so it's just the way the cookie crumbles, I suppose. In this episode, though, we're going to begin at Lift with this new Liftoglobin thing, a different kind of globin thing. And what we need to do, well, first of all, we need to freeze it for it to activate. And then, well, we're going to get to learn about how to do it. It's actually going to be a little touchscreen controlled thing, which is a little awkward. It's kind of a little weird to control these things sometimes, because, you know, the whole stylus thing can sometimes be a little tricky. But basically, you slide in whatever direction you want to go, and I think you pretty much have, you know, the 8 cardinal directions, you know, north, northeast, east, you know, the whole shebang. Basically, you have vertical, horizontal, diagonal. Those are your choices. You can't really do, like, an in-between, I think. I think it just really only registers those 8 directions. But if you want to stop it, you press it. Otherwise, you know, we just get to basically make our way across using Mr. Liftoglobin here, which is pretty cool. Also, new enemies. So, well, not really new for this one. This one's actually, as you can see, a rehash of an old enemy, the Napse. So this is actually an Airnapse. They pretty much fight in the exact same way as other Napses do. Although they have, there's more than 2 of them at once, and they'll actually that makes this attack so much harder because it's really hard to follow 2 of them doing it, and if you are unlucky enough to fight 4 of them at once, you can actually have all 3 of them powered up, which can be a really big pain in the ass. They also, of course, will have the ability, and they'll do this a lot more often than their Napse partners, to regenerate their fallen comrades. So just keep an eye out for that. And here's the single version of that attack you saw. And then, I guess it didn't actually revive it. Usually they do revive their partners, so I'm kind of surprised that didn't happen. Can we kill this thing in 1 hit? No, we cannot, unfortunately. Maybe if I got an excellent, I could have, but alas, I did not. Well, there you go. It did split into 2. And now it's going to do its little spinny thing. We've seen this back before when we fought the Napse, so we know how to fight these things. Pretty simple enemies. They're just basically harder versions of those ones. And they are worth a pretty hefty amount of EXP, too. So, in the end, pretty worth it. Actually gives us a level up almost right away. So we're up to level 28 here. I believe I should probably get some defense, I guess. Yeah, defense. And hey, for once, it's actually a decent roulette. I know you guys are like, you can do the roulette better if you do spread them out among all the stats. I'd rather just get like I'm still getting 3 per for most of these. I'd rather just get 3 per for the stats that actually matter as opposed to SP and speed, which are stats that just are completely irrelevant. And stash half the time's irrelevant too, but I'll still pick up stash anyway. So I mean, they aren't really even that important of stats. And even if a big roulette, you can still just get low numbers anyway. So if you're good enough to do the roulette, I feel like you can end up with stronger characters by manipulating it this way than doing it that way. You can also, interestingly enough, you can jump to get these things, but you can also just use the platform to hit these blocks if you need to. So you just position. Okay, I guess position. There we go. You can actually just run into them with the Liftoglobin, and you'll be all fine and dandy. Now, these electric things, if you touch them, you'll get warped all the way back to the beginning of the Liftoglobin section. So basically what we need to do is maneuver the Liftoglobin so that Mario and Luigi do not touch the electricity at all. Just sort of an interesting mechanic that they do here. It doesn't really have too much to do with the whole frozen, like freezing, unfreezing the air thing, as much as always. You just have to have it frozen for the Liftoglobin to even work, but you don't have to really go back and forth, other than, you know, moments like this where we need to quickly hit a block that's frozen, and then we freeze things back just to get the Liftoglobin to work. The Liftoglobin does make the dodging these enemies at least pretty simple, because I mean we can just go right above these things and they can't do anything because these guys cannot go upwards. So like Mega Man, they can't shoot up. A bunch of items here, nothing too important. There's nothing really down here. So onwards to the next section, guys. That's what we're going to be doing. And yeah, so we're just go ahead and go through the pipe, and from there we actually get to access a minigame of sorts. And Luigi fell down again, and now he's no longer part of this cutscene. Luigi, you fell down last episode. Why are you continuing to fall down? Can we even see him? No, we don't even get to see him. He's just down in the abyss. He's lost for good. If you do fall down there, there's actually a Liftoglobin down there to take you up, because this is actually a Liftoglobin challenge. We've learned about the Liftoglobin. We've had a whole section to learn about him, and now we actually get to do a minigame. This is pretty much the Liftoglobin episode. Hey, Luigi, you're back. You kind of missed another cutscene, but we have to do these things. I know you couldn't hear the guys because you fell all the way down here. Anyway, wow, I'm failing so much. And then Luigi fell again. Yeah, there's no way in heck I'm gonna play this, but I'll keep trying regardless. I probably should just press start and go back, but nah, never give up, never surrender. That's why I learned from Galaxy Quest. For those of you who haven't seen Galaxy Quest, really good movie, but yeah, Luigi is taller than Mario, and that actually does play on his sprite there. As you can see, he was actually, like, Mario was short enough to get past that power block, but Luigi wasn't, so ironically, Luigi's height actually made a difference for once. Go figure. You have to hit them all in order. Luckily they could have been really mean, just had you have to memorize the order, but that's just, I mean, the whole point of this is just for Liftoglobin training, I suppose. And yeah, I'm not gonna have enough time to finish this. I only have, like, yeah, I'm out of time. Oh well. Fail! We'll just have to get right this time. So, Liftoglobin respawns, and here we go, round 2. For obviously, for this one, you just want to go straight up from right from the get-go there. So straight up, and then you can just easily save a ton of time. Like, I wasted so much time in that first one. Of course, I'm gonna fail it. The time is pretty tricky. Oh, I almost lost Luigi again there. Barely made it under there. Man, I was a little worried about that. There we go. As long as you just sort of as long as you know how to control the Liftoglobin, it's not too hard of a thing. And you'll learn how to control the Liftoglobin from this anyway, so even if you're having trouble, you know, you'll eventually learn how to do this whole controlling Liftoglobin thing. I'm sort of, another thing you want to do is if your bros end up bunching together, just make sure they stay all spread out, because you can get maximum area for, hitting them from behind. So we have 8 seconds to get this one. Shouldn't have a problem. There we go. See, I had about an extra 5 seconds, so it's not, win Globin! It's not that hard to do it, though, so, give me a Globin. They're like Globin cheerleaders. How awesome. Anyways, fall down here because there actually are 4 beans. We got 2 beans last episode. There's actually a total of 8 beans in the Airway, so there's actually 4 of them down here. So make sure you pick those up, you know. Beans, at this point, you know, not the biggest deal. I mean, what's 1 stat compared to the couple hundred that we have for these stats? But, well, I guess that's pretty important for SP, but obviously not the biggest deal. But hey, pick them up anyway, why not? And then, of course, if you do fall down here, just take Mr. Liftoglobin here to victory! Because that's what Liftoglobins do. They are quite victorious. And is this going to be far enough to the left? No, just a little come on, Luigi. There we go. We're safe. Anyways, moving on to another Liftoglobin section. Yes, this is indeed a little Liftoglobin episode. I want to dodge this guy, so look at that, guys. Aren't you happy? For once, I'm actually digging underground. But that was not what I wanted to do. Whoops. There is actually a new enemy over here. These guys are rather interesting. They are called air cannons, I believe. They're basically little dark star thingies that shoot billows at people. So I believe they are actually the highest experience-giving normal enemy in the entire game for Mario and Luigi. So interestingly enough, go away, air cheeps. I don't need to fight you. I've already seen all of the things. I do not want to buy what you are selling, Mr. Air Cheap. And I'm just actually going to kill them both at the same time. So, wait a minute, why am I killing the one that's already stunned? What the air cannon's going to do, though, they'll shoot little air bullet bills at you. So for this first attack, you can hammer them away, but as you can see, they turn invisible. So you're gonna, this is actually something you're going to learn for later attacks for bosses. Like, once again, just like how the dark McAwfuls taught you the whole punch blocking thing that you had to use for Midbis. These air cannons will actually teach you some invisibility timing, which actually becomes very useful for a few bosses later on. So this whole invisibility thing is also going to be a recurring mechanic for these late game bosses and enemies, as you're going to see. So he does the whole spinning thing. The bolts sort of spin around you, then you just hammer them back and just keep track of them. You get the first one, usually like the first one or so, to keep track of your timing, so you know the timing on these the bullets. So then the first one you have the full timing on, you full save it. Then later on you have to sort of guesstimate from the other two based on the first one. So that's one attack. He does have another attack as well. Interesting fact about the air cannon that I didn't actually know till now, because I usually save those enemies for last. Luigi, you're falling down everywhere this episode. What the heck, Luigi? What are you doing? This is like the Luigi falls down episode. I might have to call the episode that now, just because it's sort of the meme for the thing. Luigi, you are a Luigi at the end. Whoa, careful there. This is actually a slightly tricky segment to control the air. Just take your time. Clicking on to stop is your best friend. Anyway, the air cannon. Interesting fact that I didn't actually know until I looked it up actually earlier today. If you actually defeat the air cannons, the guy runs away. But if you don't finish the battle off soon, he'll actually bring back a new cannon, and basically he'll be back at full health, and you'll have to fight him from scratch. So you can't destroy the guy; you can only destroy the cannon. So make sure you save him for last anyway, because basically, he'll come back if you don't kill him properly. He actually will just show up again, and then you'll have to fight him from scratch. Luckily, I don't think you have to ever have to fight more. Actually, no, I think there are times you have to fight 2 of them. So basically, battle quickly. Like, I think it does take several turns, so it's not the biggest deal. There's freaking Airnapses all over the place. Obnoxious. I don't want to fight anymore. Fine, we'll fight a Stonk instead. These things are cool. Let's go ahead and get them out of the way. And oh, we actually got the other attacks. So instead of big loops, there's actually little loops, which is or just normal shots. So what happens with this one actually is he'll fire 2 of them, and then he'll actually fire 1 or 2 other ones. The first 2 will stay normal. You'll be able to shoot them. The second 2 will instantly go invisible. So you have to basically use the first 2 to get your timing down, and then use it for the second 2. So that's basically the way that works. So yeah, it's all about invisible timing with these sort of enemies. Very interesting. I do like the fact that they do give you those first 2 for this first invisible enemy. They won't give you this for later ones, like a little practice session first, but they give you the first few so you can get used to this whole invisible timing. This game does train you very well against the enemies that you have to face. Anyway, this guy, we've pretty much seen all of his attacks at this point anyway, so no use showing him off anymore. So go ahead, grab some coins, and we'll go ahead and move on with all of our stuff. Now this pipe over here, this pipe will actually, just if you want to backtrack, it'll actually shoot you up here. So that's what it's used for. Pretty useful, I suppose. And whoa, Dark Star right in our faces, because that's just the way it works, I guess. He tries to choke us, and he's like, okay, back to eating some DNA. So unfortunately, we still can't stop him from eating DNA, because we sort of got choked and died a little bit inside. And from this, so he's learned his punch, he's learned Bowser's Fire, and now he learns the Body Slam. So as you can see, he's actually learning all of our techniques that we can use in the field, ironically enough. So he knows the punch, he knows the fire, he knows Body Slam. Almost had it, except the fact we almost died. We're running out of time, though. He's almost got all of Bowser's DNA. We have to stop him. And then Luigi's like, I am good to go. Let's do this, boys. Boy and girl. So there's technically a girl, I believe, if I remember correctly. So, something like that. If you want to access that block, it's completely useless, actually. I'm not sure why they even have this section right here. But you can actually go ahead and just hit the switch here to go back if you need to. They could just have the pipe a bit more to the right, though. And it would have been just as good. So I'm not sure why they did. Anyway, bouncy segment. Basically, if you fall down, there's going to be a bunch of enemies down there. I don't even think there's anything down there. I'll check to make sure, but, Luigi, you're just falling all the downs today. I've just given up on you, Luigi. You just can't ever go where I want you to. It's unfortunate. Anyways, you can see we actually got rugged stocks. We actually got those as drops from those bug enemies. I forgot the name of them off the top of my head. Those bug enemies from Dimble Woods. We actually got 2 of them before in the past, so we actually technically have those. But they do raise your defense 20%, which is pretty nice. You have to get some pretty good bounces to get these item blocks. They're pretty high up, like just a normal. I guess depending on your timing, you go like either a low normal height, you go a little higher, or you can, or like a very high height if you do the button time perfectly. Because it's not easy to bounce on these things. There we go. Like there's apparently a variety of different heights you can get. You can bounce off of. I fell down. Okay, there are actually items down here, and actually down here, there's another thing you can do. There's actually a pipe down to the final link back to the central hub. So we have the final shortcut through this area, which means we're reaching the end, guys. So in the next episode, are we going to catch up with the Dark Star? Are we going to stop him from copying all of Bowser's DNA? Are we going to be able to destroy him? Find out next time, guys. I'm just going to dig under these things because I don't want to fight any more battles. I've had enough battles for today. Is there anything over here worthwhile? Doesn't look like it. So we're just going to go ahead, back up, go up the pipe, and I will see you guys next time for some more Bowser's Inside Story. So yeah, don't fall, Luigi. Thank you. Bye.